Hey guys, Bo here. Going to tell you about puppies and potty training. All right. So to start off with, I'm going to talk about the things that I hear that tell me that instantly that I know, like I instantly know why you're failing if you say certain phrases. All right. The biggest one out there, every single person, every single one who calls me and says I have a problem with potty training says the same sentence. I can't get this puppy to tell me when it's time to go out to go potty. I can't get them to notify me, to come and tell me. And a lot of folks will put a bell by the door to try to teach the dog to ring a bell to go outside. Okay? And that can work at times with some really smart puppies. I think it kind of sends the wrong message. Like, I don't really want the dog bossing me around and telling me anything. Um, you know, I really think the bell is like him saying jump and me saying how high. And so I don't like to send that message early on in life. I want to send the message that I'm the leader and that I guide him and teach him what to do and when to do it. And a lot of folks will say, well, yeah, but I mean, it's his bladder, so isn't he supposed to like tell me when the feeling comes? Well, first of all, he's too young to do that. He just doesn't understand. He doesn't get it. And so you know, um, and the way that you know is because you're the one that gave him the food. You're the one that gave him the water. So you know when he's full and you know when he's empty. So you know when he needs to go out and when he can have some freedom and when he can't have freedom. Okay? So we don't wait for the dog to come and tell us. We monitor the dog's system. We give them water and we give them food and we record it when we do so. We take them out like once every hour is probably the most common. If they're really young, it's once every half hour to 45 minutes. And if they're, a few months long, then maybe we can do it every 2 hours. All right. The standard is that the dog can hold its bladder for 1 hour longer than it is old in months. So a 3-month-old puppy can, if it's completely empty, can hold it for 4 hours, like in a crate. But a 5-month-old puppy can hold for 6 hours. A 7-month-old puppy for 8 hours, and we kind of top it off right there. But you don't, you don't ever want your dog to be the one responsible for its own potty. You are responsible for getting that dog to experience peeing on grass every single time. Okay? I want him peeing on grass every single time he eliminates. Any freedom that you're going to give the puppy in the house from roaming from room to room and running all over your carpet is going to hurt your progress. Every single time the puppy goes potty on your carpet, you regress in training. And every time they go potty on grass, you progress in training. Okay? Potty pads are not a good thing. All right? They're great for super young puppies, like age 0 to maybe 7 weeks old, 8 weeks old. And at 7 and 8 weeks old, they start to rip them up and shred them up and carry them around, and it just becomes a big mess. At 7 to 8 weeks old, the potty pad goes away, and you start crate training the puppy, and you start taking it out every single hour and making sure it's pottying on grass over and over and over. Now, inside the house, okay, you're monitoring the dog's system. So you're handing it food, you're handing it water, you're going outside with it, you're watching it pee, you're watching it poop, and you're recording when it's empty and when it's full. So then you know when it needs to be crated and when it can be free. With freedom, probably still has a leash attached to the neck so that you can guide the puppy. A very, very common thing that we do is we do umbilical cord training where they're tied to our hip. And we use the umbilical cord, we use baby gates, and we use the crate, and we use outside. The majority of the freedom that the dog's going to gain is going to be outside. We could like gate off like a linoleum tile area like the kitchen, all right? And then it can have some freedom inside of that area, but only if it's 100% empty. So and I'm not going to leave food and water available to it when it's in that area, because it's just going to refill and then potty in that area. And we never ever want to have even one accident. We want the puppy to go potty outside every single time. And so the managing the dog's movement indoors 100%, and not ever allowing the dog on carpet at all until it is 100% potty trained. If it goes on carpet, it's with a leash attached. The only free roaming that happens is on a linoleum style floor, so that you can clean it easily with an enzyme remover to get that smell out of there. But you never ever want even one accident on your carpet, okay? So the biggest mistake you guys are making right now probably is letting the puppy just go wherever, all over the carpet with no leash on and no baby gates, and not using a crate. That's probably the biggest mistake that you're making. The way that it should be done is that the puppy can crate for, you keep the puppy in the crate, and that helps the puppy to hold its bladder. You use leashes and baby gates inside the house, and you never let that puppy free inside the house. You can take the leash off in the fenced-in backyard to let them roam and potty. Now, I do take food outside with me. And when the puppy goes potty, I just kind of very quietly coo at the dog. That's a good boy, good girl, good. And then as soon as they finish and the stream stops, that's when I say, yes! And then I give them 3 treats. 1, 2, 3. And they go, wow, he really likes it when I potty outdoors, especially in front of him. So then they'll come like, hey, can we do that thing with the treat? And then you may actually start to get a dog who comes and lets you know. Realize, though, that's not your goal, is to get them to let you know. You're going to send them out whether they let you know or not. But smart dogs who you stay consistent with, like my border collie, when she has diarrhea, she comes and wakes me up at 3 a.m. Hey, dude, we got to go right now, let's go. And I'm like so thankful that she did that. But I didn't train her to do that. I just potty trained her with scheduling, structure, and not ever allowing the mistake, and positive reinforcement of the good behavior outdoors. And then now she gets it, and so she puts 1 and 2 together, and she comes and wakes me up. And that's an ideal situation. So once again, potty training, the thing that I do give food for going potty outside. I do not, I do manage the puppy's movement, everything, with crates, baby gates, and leashes. I never allow the puppy off-leash freedom roaming in my house, okay? The only place would be a gated-in tile floor. The last thing I think that we haven't covered is punishment for going potty inside of the house, okay? This is really common that folks will call me and they'll say, hey, what do we do when the puppy goes potty right in front of me in the house, all right? I tell you what you do. You get like a rolled up, here's a calendar right here, this will work great. Okay, so I'm gonna roll up the calendar, okay? I'm gonna put a rubber band around it, okay? It's gonna keep its shape real nice so that I can beat myself in the head with it and say, I forgot to watch my dog, I forgot to watch my dog, I forgot to watch my dog. Do not punish your dog for pottying in the house, okay? It has nothing to do with it. What that's gonna do is it's gonna make your dog become super duper sneaky. And then he is going to sneak behind the couch and poop behind the couch because he couldn't possibly poop in front of you because of the time that he was punished. It is not a behavior that gets punished. It is the opposite. You schedule everything, you manage everything, and you use positive reinforcement for the correct behavior, and that is how you potty train your dog. It is not important. The punishment, you don't hit your dog with this, don't yell and scream and freak out, okay? All you're gonna do is make your dog super sneaky, and then he's gonna end up learning how to roam down the hallway and go in the back room to potty when you're not looking, all right? That's our potty training video. Good luck, and let us know if you have any questions.